microphone.
This right here measures the speed. This is new technology here.
Oh, I ain't gonna be hard punching.
No, that's just protect them wrists.
Oh, just for
Yeah, no, just one punch.
Back to the Sweet Scientist. We have right here guys that he's known as the Mexican Mayweather, Mikey Garcia. We're about to test his strength on the Sweet Scientist bag.
Ready?
I'm ready. Oh. Yeah, he ain't trying to hurt me though. Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you, bro.
All right, man.
Thank you.
We from Brooklyn, we're scrapping, it's part of life. So we happen to be the type of journalists to start a fight. I was raised in Gleason's, I was in the precinct, but I beat the case with my sweet peak defense. You drinking if you think you beating us. If I have to, I'ma put on Margarito's gloves. Don't do it. I'm in the Barclays like I own it. What you expected? The way I seized the moment, they thought I was epileptic. The fight game can't survive without me. I throw shots that make fighters spit out their mouthpiece. Never days off, only days on. I represent the hood like I'm Trayvon. These moments in boxing are so proper, like when Floyd told Oscar he beat his whole roster. It's our action that speaks the loudest. Though we the Sweet Scientists, there ain't nothing sweet about us.
Pay a man to put these hands on. They talking about giving up $500,000 to fall Mayweather. Y'all think I'm midway? I ain't got $1 to give to nobody right now. Man, all my baby mamas and kids, man, y'all crazy, y'all.
Big boxing community here. They love their boxing, and that's what it's really about. I really love the attention, the support from all the fans. That's what makes me feel a world champion. It's not the belt, you know, it's not that, it's the fans. And in a way, I feel like I owe that to them by performing to the best of my abilities.
The best fight the best. And Mikey is definitely one of the best out there today. Well, this fighter's name is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I know Adrien Broner's going to come with everything he's got to beat me. I'm going to be there 100% to beat him. So in the end, the real winner is the championship fight. It's not even about the championship fight. There's no championship at stake. It's the fans that get to win. You know, that's the winner. But July 29, my hand will be raised. Thanks.
Fight fans, what's going on? It's your boy Ak. This is Barack, the boxing bully, the Sweet Scientist on thisis50.com, and we're sitting here with The Problem. He was on with us about a month or so ago before this fight was announced.
Fight fans, what's going on? It's your boy Ak.
This is Barack, the boxing bully.
Sweet Scientist on thisis50.com, and as you can see, we have here who, in my opinion, is one of the best fighters in the world today. Even though he had a long layoff, he's been back in the mix, and there's a huge fight ahead of us. Mikey Garcia. Mikey, how you feeling?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
You're in New York City doing press for this fight. Now, we just had Broner on here before this fight was announced, and I asked him about Mikey. I said, what about Mikey Garcia? I think that's a fight that the fans would want to see, and he was confident. He said, I want that fight. The narrative out there is that Broner doesn't want to fight the big fights. I'm not sure it's true. He didn't want the Porter fight, supposedly, but he showed toughness in the Maidana fight to me.
Absolutely.
But what's your take on Adrien Broner, like, at this point in his career?
Well, I think he's had a well-accomplished career. You can't deny the skills. He's accomplished, you know, enough already. 4th division world champion for a reason. When they tossed the name out there for a possible fight a few months ago, it wasn't that we were already working on the fight, but they mentioned possibility later down the road, later in the year.
Right.
But being that I'm still champion at 135, his fighter, you know, Robert Easter Jr., champion 135, that probably would make him feel like that makes more sense.
Listen, AP, there's no secret out there that I didn't know that the odds were 5-1 or something like that. That's what you said up there. I don't know how accurate is that.
Yeah.
And I know on social media, the narrative is that Mikey is a big puncher, even though they're not counting the fact that he's going up in weight and that AB can't beat him. How do you feel about that?
It's funny to me, man. You know, I'm actually glad that they feel this way. So now that when I win this fight, you know, then I finally get my due diligence, because even with my last fight, you know, I fought a fighter that a lot of people really won't fight with a broke hand in the first round. You know, I still put on a hell of a show. But I think a fight like this will tip me over to superstardom and become that next megastar in boxing.
Are you ever pressured? Like, you know, there's more money in 147. Like, do you see yourself getting that far? You know, a lot of fighters, I feel like they're kind of forced to get the big bag of money. They have to move up in weight sometimes. 135 is a great weight, but let's be honest.
It just depends on the name that you're going to be facing. You know, right. Like for this fight, we moved up to 140 to fight Adrien Broner. You know, I could have stayed at 135 and had a title defense. There was already a date scheduled, you know, that was being reserved for me back home in LA. They already had names for opponents for a title defense. But that wouldn't have done much for my career.
You got to make up for lost time.
Exactly. So I wanted to get in with a bigger name, someone that's more popular, and that the fans would get more excited to see me in the ring with, and that's why we landed on Broner.
Since Mikey's a favorite, Mikey's supposed to win this fight. I mean, you haven't really been in this space too much in your career as far as like being a big underdog like that. Even in the Maidana fight, you were the favorite.
I'm always the underdog, coming from where I come from.
Right.
They don't ever want to see. Right. You heard with Codex, they don't want to see me winning. Real talk.
Speaking of Kodak Black, do you plan on coming out with somebody, walking out with this fight? Do you have anything in the works?
Yes, I just hope he don't go to jail afterwards.
Oh, no.
Broner's obviously popular on social media. You're not one to talk a lot of smack, talk a lot of shit, but it seems like he's egging you on a little bit. Like you had your little posts, subliminal posts here and there on IG. Do you think he's going to get that side of you out like that?
I mean,
because we want you to pop shit here today.
I know Adrien Broner, you know, is loud. He speaks his mind and controversial sometimes, you know, good or bad, but makes a buzz.
Yeah.
Whatever he has to say about me or the fight or what he plans on doing or anything, that doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't affect my performance. I know what I got to do to beat him, and that's why I'm working out on my game plan. I'm sure he's gonna do the same to, you know, beat me. And all that really does is give the fans a better fight.
Do you see him being your biggest test so far?
Well, the most accomplished of all of my opponents. He's the first fighter that I faced that's been champion in 4 divisions. I faced other guys who have been champion multiple times, but he would be maybe the strongest guy, you know, bigger guy, 4 division all the way up to welterweight. So that was probably the biggest challenge there.
On paper, this is your toughest fight to date, but what do you think? Do you think this is your toughest fight? Why not?
This is not my toughest fight.
Why not?
I fought guys like Maidana, Sean Porter.
So you think those guys are better than Mikey?
Marseille De Leon.
That was a great fight.
I fought plenty tough fighters. Don't get me wrong. It's just even if I made it look easy, you know, that don't mean it was a tough fight, because they go and fight these other guys in it and they fuck these guys up. Look at John Molina.
What worries you about Mikey? Anything at all that he does in a ring that you're concerned with?
What worries me about him? He had on a suit today.
You know what I want to know? I know you sparred against Chino, Maidana, multiple times. Now Maidana beat him. His punches were too powerful. I'm wondering, how did those sparring sessions between you, like on your good day against Maidana, you drop him to his knee, you hurt him to the body, something, come on, can we get a little something?
Did you hear something?
We're going to hear it now. That's what I think.
I'll let you know that you know, we had some very good sparring sessions. I helped him out for both of the Floyd fights.
Yes.
Especially on that rematch. We worked a lot, and so we had some good days, you know.
He gave him that one.
Most of them were good days. Okay. All right?
For you.
Do you have anybody in mind that can help you actually in sparring that resembles Mikey at all, or does that matter to you at all?
Actually, the last guy that I put up, he actually fight just like Mikey Garcia. You know, my people, they be like, people on there talking about I need better sparring, or I be like, these guys that I'm sparring are undefeated fighters.
Right.
It's just, you know,
do you feel like you got to knock Mikey out to make a real statement, being that you're the underdog and
but I'm really not. Right. I'm really not the underdog.
Right.
We ain't gonna get too comfortable saying that. I'm really not the underdog.
I mean, do you want to like knock Mikey out?
I love boxing, but I don't like fighting all night, man. Of course, I want to. If the knockout presents itself, I'm going to take it. But you know, we're going to be smart. We're going to use our head. We know this guy's not smarter than us, he's not faster than us, he can't box better than us. He's trying to box like one of us.
Broner, do you want to stop him? I mean, obviously this is an opportunity to make a big statement. Stopping him, would that make like a real statement in the sport?
I think it'll you know, leave a bigger statement, you know, but it's not necessary. I'm not.
You're not going in there to knock him out.
You know, we never go in there.
You do nothing else but though.
Yeah.
It
always looks like you're going for the knockout.
It happens.
Right.
If I see the opportunity, if I hurt my opponent enough to stop him, I go for it. But if I don't see that opportunity, if I don't ever hurt him, I'm gonna keep winning every round.
I gotta ask you about Ward and Kovalev. Do you think that was a good stoppage? Do you think the knockout was coming anyway?
Yeah, he was done. He was quitting anyway.
Right.
He was quitting.
Right, I agree.
He didn't get tremendously hit that hard to where he couldn't protect himself or fight back. So were those blows low or not? At this point, I don't give a fuck. If Ward can get away with stopping him up with dick shots, so be it. You know, I tip my hat to him. He's a hell of a boxer. He put the work in. He deserved it. And you know,
can I get it? Can I get a prediction? Triple G, Canelo.
Canelo gonna stop Triple G.
Ooh, stop him.
Fight Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, September 16th. That's probably the biggest fight of the year in terms of like
boxing,
competitive boxing. Do you think Canelo has a shot against Triple G?
I think so. I think it's actually a very even close fight right now. 2 years ago, I would have said Triple G hands down, but right now, the way Canelo has improved, even though you know some may question the caliber of opponents, but you still see the improvement in his boxing abilities, his boxing skills, and at the same time, you see maybe a slight decline in Triple G, but it may just be because he faced better opponents also. You know, bigger men that can box like Daniel Jacobs, and that evens things out. You know, they're both strong, they're both big punchers. So I think it's actually a pretty even fight.
It's not just the Mexican pride in you that's leading you that way.
I'm actually still thinking Triple G takes it. But I would be surprised if Canelo can actually do it. Canelo's a big dude, and Triple G also gets hit, he gets cut, he gets bruised up. I mean, he could possibly even stop him. You know, it's a very, very close fight.
And where would that put him on a pound-for-pound list if he beats Triple G?
That takes him to the top.
You heard it here on ThisIs50.com. Listen, July 29th, you don't want to miss it. Adrien Broner versus Mikey Garcia.
My man came in.
At Barclays.
You got that piece for me?
We talking jewelry here?
All right, folks, this is July 29th at the Barclays Center live on Showtime. Mikey Garcia is going to be facing off against Adrien the Problem Broner. You don't want to miss this one. Sweet Science to ThisIs50.com.